You know that classic Christmas song about Rudolph and his glowing red nose? Well, what if I told you there's a real story behind it that's far more terrifying than you could ever imagine? This isn't about a cheerful reindeer guiding Santa's sleigh through foggy nights. This is about something much darker that happened in the remote wilderness of northern Alaska. Meet Jacob Ericson, a Norwegian immigrant who settled in the Alaskan frontier in 1938. Like many settlers, Jacob raised reindeer for their meat and hides, trying to carve out a living in one of Earth's most unforgiving environments. His small herd grazed peacefully on the tundra until one winter when everything changed forever. It started with strange tracks in the snow around Jacob's cabin. At first he assumed wolves were stalking his herd, but these prints were different, larger, more deliberate. Then came the night when Jacob heard something that made his blood freeze, not howling, but something that sounded almost like laughter echoing across the frozen landscape. The next morning, Jacob discovered his neighbor's cabin empty. Thomas Anderson, a fellow reindeer herder who lived 3 miles away, had simply vanished. No signs of struggle, no blood, nothing except those same mysterious tracks circling the property like a predator marking its territory. Jacob's own troubles began when he noticed one of his reindeer acting strangely. The animal, which he'd named Rudolph, after the old German tales his grandmother told, developed an unsettling behavior. Its eyes began glowing with an eerie red light that pierced through the Arctic darkness. At first, Jacob thought it was just the reflection of his lantern, but the glow persisted even in complete darkness. Rudolph's appetite changed dramatically. The reindeer lost interest in lichens and vegetation, instead becoming agitated whenever Jacob brought fresh meat into the cabin. The animal would pace restlessly, snorting and pawing at the ground, those crimson eyes fixed hungrily on Jacob's every movement. The horror reached its peak during a particularly brutal blizzard. Jacob had taken shelter in his cabin when he heard scratching at the door. Thinking it was Rudolph seeking warmth, he opened it without hesitation. What he found standing in the swirling snow wasn't the gentle animal he'd raised from a calf. Rudolph's antlers had grown massive and twisted, covered in what looked like dried blood. Its mouth hung open, revealing rows of sharp teeth that definitely didn't belong to any herbivore. Most terrifying of all were those glowing red eyes, now burning with an intelligence that seemed almost human. Jacob barely managed to slam the door shut before Rudolph charged. The creature spent the entire night circling the cabin, occasionally ramming against the walls with supernatural strength. When dawn finally broke, Jacob found claw marks gouged deep into the wood and patches of ground where the snow had been melted away by some intense heat. The local Inuit elders later told Jacob he'd encountered a wendigo, a cannibalistic spirit that possesses animals during the harshest winters. They warned him that once marked by such a creature, he would never truly Jacob abandoned his homestead that very day, but locals say on the clearest winter nights you can still see a pair of glowing red eyes watching from the tree line, waiting patiently for the next unsuspecting soul to wander too close to the darkness.